Fitbit Charge 4. We were actually filming our review for you and we hit a few snags, and I know that title is something that may get a lot of you here and jumping for that dislike button, but please bear with us till the end. If you still disagree with us then feel free to hit it, but for now please bear with us. We started the review and we hit a few small snags.
It started small, and
then as we went on, the issues became larger. The Fitbit Charge 4 is so far out, I can't even believe it.
We do feel like it is something you should really see and you should really know about before considering buying the Fitbit Charge 4. If you watch us on a regular basis, you know that our reviews are really unbiased and we put all the devices, whether this is Fitbit or something else, really to the test, and today is no different.
What you will see are the first 30 seconds of our review video and when we started to hit the snags, and then we lead on to the larger issues at play.
You guys have probably seen all the unboxing videos already, so I'm not going to dive into this. I did my setup via the Fitbit Charge 4 application and it guided me through really easy, and as you can see, it already showed me the new awesome things you can do with your Fitbit Charge 4, Fitbit Pay, notifications, sleep tracking, and you know all of that. So I tried to really starting customizing my experience with the Fitbit Charge 4. Started with the watch faces, and you can see there's a bit of a choice here, and I've chosen my watch face. So that's what I like to do, especially when you start wearing your new device, and I'm using the Pixel 4 here to have that really full Android experience. So I went over to Smart Reply to see how that works. You obviously have to enable that in the application. Worked fine. It doesn't really make sense for long text, for long SMS, but it does work. You can customize that in the Android Fitbit Charge 4 application. That works. And then I already encountered my first, well, you can really call it fault or mistake, whatever you want to call it, but it just didn't work. I thought, well, why not connect it to Spotify? And you can see it says the app is not compatible with your Fitbit device. I have got the brand new Fitbit Charge 4. It's got the latest firmware update. Everything is up to date. My Pixel 4, my Spotify account. I have a premium Spotify account. It just didn't work. So, well, there you go. I parked that, right? So I parked it and I moved on setting up the Fitbit Charge 4. And I looked at the screen, and the screen really wasn't that responsive. It felt laggy at times, and you really have to hit it sometimes in a certain spot in order to get that going. So I thought, what if you really go outside? It is a fitness tracking device, and an innovative fitness tracking device. And when you go outside jogging and you want to see or you want to move something, so we tested that later. We went into sunlight, and it was really hard to read in sunlight because you don't have that many options in order to brighten up your screen. You only have auto brightness, normal, and then really dark. So there is no either really bright screen or dark screen. It's really weird. So, but you cannot really see anything in sunlight. Obviously inside, as you can see, that worked well. Then I really noticed something weird, something really strange here. When I was still setting up my Fitbit Charge 4, I put the overhead camera on, as you can see, and I noticed I have 12 steps on my application already. I didn't move a single meter with my feet. And I already burned 973 calories by just sitting for an hour and setting up my Fitbit Charge 4. So that just felt weird to me, and I thought maybe it's just a small glitch. I went downstairs for lunch, and then suddenly I got an award. I got my iPhone out and I recorded quickly what the Fitbit told me. My Fitbit Charge 4 told me, nicely done, I received an award because I already achieved 250 of 250 steps. And I can tell you, I've probably gone 30 steps down the stairs, and that's probably the most I've gone. So I had my lunch, I went upstairs and I got the application up and running again, the overhead camera, and when you look at that, I have 381 steps by just, I don't know, probably 60, 70 steps most, and I already burned over 1,000 calories. I was just eating lunch and I already burned so many calories. I didn't go anywhere, I didn't do anything. And this is really when we decided to look in and go in deeper. So we went jogging to see what the heart rate result really is, if that is also off. You can see what happens now.
Is the step count just a glitch? We are going to put it to the test now with the Polar Beat to see if the heart rate monitoring is accurate, and of course the distance too. The Polar Beat has me at 157 on my heart rate with 55 calories burned. The Fitbit has me at 126. It's a difference of 30.
We have just seen a difference of 30 beats per minute between both devices, and we want to collect enough data to see if that is really an ongoing issue with the Fitbit Charge 4.
I have a major gripe with Fitbit.
Go on.
Trying to read it while you're running is an absolute nightmare. 132 on the Fitbit Charge 4. 166, that's in my cooldown now.
Let's stop for 1 second here, and we always give leeway to smartwatches when it comes to these results because nothing is really 1000% accurate. But when you look at the Fitbit Charge 4, they have something new included in their system that's called active zone minutes. Basically, it alerts you, it tells you when you're in peak and when you're not in peak. You look at that, it tells you in cardio, fat burn, below zone, and so on. You get the idea. But when you look at the real results, the polar beat, the chest strap, that gives you some really accurate results, that tells a completely different picture, and that is dangerous. I feel that is dangerous because when you look at the average heartbeat is 148 and the maximum heartbeat Tony had was 172, and that is pretty high, right? But when you look at the Fitbit Charge 4, it tells you 144, so the peak didn't even kick in. And when you have it set up that it tells you, okay, you have to go faster, faster, faster in order to hit that peak, and that can really, really endanger your health. I feel very strongly about it, and that's why we feel like we need to highlight this here with you. And again, we give leeway to smartwatches, but that is just off. That is wrong, and that shouldn't be like this.